Welcome to the Unprotected Headshots Podcast. My name is Ryan Haft. I'm here with my panel of millennial marks. This week we have Haley and Parker. Today we're going to be talking about Money in the Bank, the pay-per-view coming up on Sunday, as well as some history of the match, the winners, some losers, and our predictions for this Sunday's event. How are you doing, guys?
Fantastic.
Sure.
That's not even an emotion, Haley.
I'm doing sure.
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
Don't go crazy over there.
I have a milkshake. Anything could happen.
That's absolutely true. All right. Today's conversation is going to be all about Money in the Bank. Chris Jericho actually started the concept in 2005. At WrestleMania 21, Edge would go on to win the first one. Since then, there's been a match every single year. It's now its own pay-per-view. This Sunday, we have a historic match where the Women's Championship, the SmackDown Women's Championship, will be on the line, featuring most of the women's roster can go on to challenge Naomi or Lana, depending on who wins that match. It's going to be absolutely fantastic, and we can't wait for that historic event. But before we go into making our predictions for the event, let's discuss some of our favorite Money in the Bank winners of all time.
Oh, man. Always and forever will be Edge winning Money in the Bank. I mean, Edge is my guy, so whenever he wins. And Edge and Christian are like the kings of the ladder match anyway, so I'm all for it.
All right. I think mine would have to be Randy Orton, but not even because it was Randy. But when Randy won Money in the Bank, no one knew what was going to happen because everyone's focus was on Daniel Bryan. You know, the meteoric rise of Daniel Bryan hit a peak when he pinned John Cena at SummerSlam in 2013. After that match, Triple H pedigrees Bryan. I think we all know what happens next. Randy Orton comes out, cashes in his Money in the Bank briefcase, and becomes the new champion. It took 6 months for that story to end at WrestleMania 30, where Daniel Bryan would beat the entirety of Evolution in one night to become champion again.
Now, I miss Daniel Bryan.
I miss him so goddamn much.
He's got a baby now. She's so cute.
The baby is very cute.
Oh my god. Absolutely adorable.
Like, you could be like the manliest man in the world, but when you see little Birdie Danielson, she's so cute. Oh my gosh, she's so cute.
I know, and I think overall, Brie and Daniel are like just a way happier couple than Nikki and Cena.
Yeah, it doesn't seem forced.
Like, their whole thing seems completely genuine. They made a baby. I completely agree with The Miz.
That's what happens.
In the pre-WrestleMania, skits where it's just a robotic relationship that I don't think is actually a real thing.
Relax, guy. Cena's my guy.
My favorite Money in the Bank winner, and Parker's probably not going to enjoy this, but it has to be Seth Rollins. I thoroughly enjoyed his reign as Money in the Bank champ. I feel like you just heard a little bit of like Parker's soul die a little bit.
Maybe a little bit.
Oh, so sad.
But that was when Seth Rollins was interesting.
I thought it was great. No, because he was great. Right now, he's kind of whiny at this point. It's like, I want this and I want that. But before, it was like, he was kind of a badass and he had the right to be. I love the way he taunted everyone with that briefcase. It was great. It worked every week. And then I actually predicted, and Ryan is my witness, I actually predicted that he was going to cash it in at WrestleMania. And he did. And when I saw that happen, I jumped up and down. It was the best thing in the world.
You
know, and I was happy with him as a champion.
It was extremely... It was
literally the easiest prediction ever, Haley.
You think it was the easiest prediction? He was the first one ever to cash in at WrestleMania.
It just always makes sense, man. With him, it makes sense.
I've predicted many WrestleMania. I predicted the cash-in. I predicted the whole Nikki Bella John Cena proposal. I should start buying lottery tickets.
Or you just read the dirt sheets.
And on the same night, I think is the greatest RKO of all time is when Seth Rollins, sets up Randy Orton for the curb stomp. God rest its soul. Wish he would bring that back. His new finisher is garbage. He set him up for the curb stomp.
The Falcon Arrow?
No, it's like a Kinshasa jumping knee to the face thing.
Of Kenny Omega's move.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't like it at all. It's not it doesn't scream Seth Rollins to me. It takes 2 seconds to pull off, and it's happened like it's an instant, and I don't think it's a finishing move. And I don't think it's actually I think it's won one match so far.
He beat Joe with it one time.
Yeah, I think he has 1 win with it so far, and then since then has lost. But anyway, so some interesting statistics you guys might not know about, or you may, about Money in the Bank. Damien Sandow is the only person to ever lose their cash-in match. He lost to an injured John Cena on Raw in 2013 in the most hilarious match I think I've ever seen. It ruined Damien Sandow for the entire rest of his career. No longer with WWE. They obviously had no faith in him. Everyone else has won their cash-in match except him.
It makes sense. I'm not surprised by it at all.
Damien Sandow was extremely over, and it didn't matter what his gimmick was. Vince threw a ton of garbage at him, but he would always get the crowd behind him. It wasn't until...
But he went up against John Cena. Nobody loses to John Cena.
Especially 2013 John Cena.
Nobody wins over John Cena.
Michael Cole during that match even said, "Wow, he really is Superman," after, AAing Sandow with one arm. It was like his only offensive move the entire fight. The fight lasted like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, I think. It was awful. But I don't know. After that, Damien Sandow had no credibility left. I think he did the Mizdow stuff after that, and he became a comedy gimmick.
That's correct.
So other than that, CM Punk is the only man to win twice. He also did it consecutively in 2008 and 2009. CM Punk is a guy that I think everyone wants back. He was a great wrestler, one of the best talkers of all time.
I kind of came in at the very end of CM Punk's career. I think I came into the wrestling scene right before AJ Lee retired, so I kind of missed the whole CM Punk era, and I regret it. I need to go back. I need to educate myself.
Well,
don't watch the tail end of it. That part wasn't good.
Yeah, no, they tried their hardest to ruin CM Punk and his credibility at the end in that Royal Rumble where he got tossed out by I think Big Show in 5 minutes of being in the match. It was bad.
Straight edge CM Punk was the best CM Punk for me.
I agree. CM Punk, his ECW where he started, when he had a really cool theme song by Five Finger Death Punch. That's when I really liked him. Then, his career skyrocketed since then, and then I think it peaked in around 2012, 2013.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, and then after that, he was pushed down the card, lost a bunch of matches, and then eventually quit. But that's a story for another day. The third fact that you guys might not know, John Cena and Seth Rollins are the only wrestlers with a perfect record in Money in the Bank. Each of them won their respective matches, having only competed once. So that just, I think, proves that, I've said it before and I'll say it again, Seth Rollins is the number one guy on either show. I know they want it to be Roman Reigns, but everything is there for Seth Rollins to be the number one guy. He's so over. He's a good character when they give him something to do. And his stats at such a young career are very, very in line with what other number one guys have done. I think it's just a matter of time before something happens with Roman, that he maybe goes to SmackDown and Seth Rollins takes over on Raw, or maybe the other way around. But if this whole Roman thing doesn't work out, it's not like they don't have a guy waiting in the wings to take over. Seth Rollins should be the number one guy by 2018.
Well, yeah, you're right. That's always my issue with him. It's because he should be. He's the blue chipper, but they don't book him as such, and it frustrates me.
I think Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns could be brothers. This is what happens in my head. But I always think of Roman Reigns as the older brother, the first child, the one that your parents groomed to be a doctor, and then he goes to medical school, and everyone's like, "Look at my medical school doctor." son, look at this person. And then you got the little brother who's Seth Rollins, who is rebellious, who doesn't want to listen, wants to be like a rock and roller skater dude. And everyone likes Seth Rollins better because he doesn't play by the rules. He's not this perfect, clean-cut person.
I actually really like that analogy. Just the thought of Roman Reigns in a lab coat makes me laugh because I know he's a Pensacola football player and not the sharpest tool in the shed.
The thing about Seth Rollins, like just look-wise, they look like they could be in a similar house, and that's what I really liked about the Shield. Because I thought, okay, these two make sense. That's not Dean Ambrose. I'm like, you're the oddball. You're the adopted child.
It's actually funny because Roman Reigns was not initially picked to be in the Shield. It wasn't until Vince made it happen that Triple H was like, all right, fine, we'll put Roman in instead of this other guy.
So I definitely view Seth Rollins as like the younger brother that everyone likes way better than the older brother.
That seems like my relationship with my brother. Another fact is, this is interesting. Dolph Ziggler is going to be competing in his, I think it's 6th or 7th match, Money in the Bank ladder match, this Sunday. He has one win in those 6 or 7 matches, meaning he has one of the worst records of all time for a previous winner.
Always a bridesmaid, never a bride.
The only one with a worse record is Kane. He has 1-7.
Oh man.
So I don't think anyone's picking Ziggler this Sunday.
No, that's the ultimate swerve if Ziggler wins.
If Ziggler wins and he goes after who's even the champ right now.
Don't hinder Jinder, bro.
Oh yeah, that's how forgettable Jinder is. It's all right. So if Dolph Ziggler wins this Sunday, and we get swerved and he goes after Jinder, I think I'll not watch that. That just sounds boring and terrible to me.
Okay, crazy thing. So, on the Xbox, I've got WWE 2K, what is it, 2K14?
You have 14.
That's the video. I have 14. I was playing it the other day, going through. Jinder Mahal is in that game, and not like one of the characters like we downloaded, but was actually designed in the game.
He was in 3MB and he left. He left after WWE said, you're pretty useless, and then he came back when they needed guys to start SmackDown with.
See, I thought this year was like his debut year. I didn't know that he had previous history, and so I was so confused why he was there.
3-man band.
Yeah, 3MB Haley was Heath Slater, back when he had really long, funny hair, Jinder Mahal, and Drew McIntyre. The only one of those three that stayed for the long run was Slater, who, he was a jobber. He didn't even get picked in the draft, and they did a lot of cool stuff with him. And I think through him, they brought back both McIntyre, who's now on NXT, and Jinder, who's on SmackDown. All three of them are back. So will we see a 3MB reunion in the near future? I think it's definitely possible. I think it's definitely possible, and I want them to go up against the Shield and win.
Okay.
Or the New Day.
I want to formally retract my statement about Dolph Ziggler. I would like to change it to Kofi Kingston. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
Yes, Kofi the Kingston is 0-6 in Money in the Bank. Kofi Kingston holds the worst overall record.
Poor Kofi. But now he doesn't need it because he's part of the New Day.
I still forever want him to win a Royal Rumble.
It's time for Kofi to win a world championship. He deserves it.
Yeah.
He absolutely deserves it, and if you're going to give it to guys like Jinder, why not give it to Kofi? Having a world championship in the New Day while, let's say they win this weekend, they become tag champs again. Having a world champion and 2 tag champions makes you... I'm sure they're already Hall of Famers, first ballot, but this would lock them up
because they're the longest reigning tag team champions in history.
Right, this would lock them up for a legacy unknown. This is not seen since the days of D-Generation X when everyone was a champion. Very, very important if that happens. But Kofi Kingston, unfortunately, not in Money in the Bank this year. The New Day will be in their own match for the Tag Team Championship against the Usos.
Like day one is H.
All right. So, yeah, I hope day one is H for Breezango this weekend. Let's transition to the card for this weekend. So,
Okay.
so this year's Money in the Bank pay-per-view features 7 total matches, and everything is subject to change because WWE. I'm assuming these first 2 matches will be on the pre-show, or at least one of them will be. The first match is Breezango versus the Colognes in just regular tag team action.
That's got to be a pre-show match. I didn't even know that was happening.
The only reason I don't think it's a pre-show match is because recently they've only been doing one pre-show match before the show starts, and there's another match that just got added that I will tell you about in a second. But I'm gonna take Breezango over the Colognes. I think it's an obvious choice.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's gonna argue with you on that one.
They're the only reason to watch SmackDown right now. And not watch it on YouTube. Their whole gimmick is the best, and I'll keep saying it is. And when will WWE please put out Breezango merch? I just want a T-shirt it's got the Fashion Police logo on it, and on the back, or the Fashion Files logo, and on the back it says "wee woo," in like quotation marks. That would
just design it yourself.
True.
I don't have. All right, maybe I will, maybe I won't. Let's see what happens. So is everyone taking Breezango?
Yeah, no. I mean, that's an easy choice.
All right.
I like Breezango. I think they're fun. I do want to tell y'all kind of a hilarious story. So, me being home for a little while, I was watching Monday Night Raw and SmackDown with my dad. Now, my dad, who's kind of nerdy, love him, but he's kind of nerdy, wasn't a huge wrestling fan. Back in the 90s and even some of the 80s. But he knew the main guys and he knew the big dicks. He loved Hulk Hogan, Jake the Snake, Ric Flair. All those people he loved, and he got really hyped when, like, The Rock came out. And you got, he wasn't really big into Triple H, but, the big names, he thought they were great. And so we're watching SmackDown, and this week, as the opening promo, it was the New Day fighting with the Usos, fighting with Breezango, fighting with the Colognes, and you see them all in the ring together. My dad looks at me, he's like, "What are we watching right now?" I'm like, "Oh, this is wrestling." "No, this isn't." I'm like, "Yes, they are. These guys are all tag teams." He's like, what even is this? And I had to explain each and every one. And to me, it makes sense. You got the New Day. They're like the happy, fun people who have, hosted WrestleMania and are, former tag team champs and are pretty much above the belt. And he's like, "Yeah, no." And I'm like, and then these are the Usos. They are actually the sons of Rikishi, and they're related to The Rock because Samoans. And he's like, "Oh, okay, that makes sense. They look like they could be there." And then Breezango comes out, and he's like, what am I even watching right now? This is not wrestling. I'm like, it's the best thing that ever happened to wrestling. He's like, "You're insane." And we're just going back and forth because I'm defending one thing. I mean, and the Colognes come out. I'm like, I really do not care about these people. I have no feelings towards them.
Okay.
But everybody else is fun.
It makes sense that he would feel that way because the current product is so stupid. The current product
is for the younger generation.
Right. Nothing is badass about anybody on any roster other than Brock Lesnar, I think, is badass. But no one is badass. Like, they're good wrestlers. And some of them are, have an interesting character, but none of them are badass. So back in the day when, The Rock was, a badass, and Triple H was a badass, and Hulk Hogan was like, I don't know if he was a badass, but he was like renowned and loved by everybody, even more than I think anyone in history. And, it's a completely different product and you have to adapt to it. Even when I started watching wrestling, it was way, cooler, I think, than it is now. Now it's like, yo, you watch wrestling? Okay. That's weird. But it's not that there's anything wrong with it. I mean, we do it because we like it, and we talk about it because I make you. But no, the current product is not cool. I don't think there's anything cool about it. It's interesting and it's fun, but it's not cool.
I think think it's more to keep the current audience entertained, but I don't think there's anything about it that's like drawing in new prospective WWE fans.
I think a lot of it has to do with what fans are willing to put up with in a stadium or an arena. Like, fans really like moments, right? So we'll get like a bunch of small moments, right? But if as soon as something goes over like 10-15 minutes, we're on our cell phones not paying any attention. I'm guilty of it. I'll watch WWE from my couch, but I'll also be on r/squared circle talking to whoever else is watching, not even watching the match. Wrestling has become something that is supplemental. It's not necessary, and that's unfortunate. And I really wish they would bring back some of that badassery. It doesn't have to be bloody, but something edgy, I think, would be cool.
I want the next Stone Cold Steve Austin.
That's not gonna happen.
No, but we need someone to that magnitude.
I think
he's a one of a kind.
I think it's the wrong.
One of a kind.
I think it's the wrong attitude to ask for the next guy to be like an old timer. Everybody a lot of times
version. I'm not even so much of that gimmick, but someone who can rally the crowd, who can challenge the normal.
Right.
And who could do something that you look at the guy and say, see, that guy is a champion. That guy's gonna hurt that guy. You know
who that should absolutely be?
Braun Strowman.
Braun Strowman, but more importantly, I think it should be Seth Rollins.
Seth freaking Rollins.
I was gonna say Seth fucking Rollins. No, Seth Rollins should be that guy, but it's a scripted show. They don't let you turn your body. They don't let you turn your personality up to 11 like they used to. And it's annoying. They want to control it because they have stockholders and shareholders or whatever, and it's just annoying. All right,
we need a new attitude era.
I guess we just need change. I think we need to bring back badassery. The next match on the card, and this is what I think is going to be the pre-show, is the Hype Bros versus the Ascension, because it's out of nowhere. I don't even remember this getting declared a match, but Zack Ryder and Mojo Rawley versus Connor and Victor in a regular tag team match. I think the Hype Bros take it. I think that's a no-brainer. The Ascension, I don't think they've been on TV in at least 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And
they've been on TV since they're in the Fashion Files.
There you go. And then Zack Ryder, just came back. I think he's going to be turning heel soon on Mojo.
Yeah, Mojo's definitely staying a singles wrestler.
Yeah, absolutely. So I don't think the Hype Bros are going to last very long, but I don't think it starts on a pre-show.
I like Zack Ryder. I'm glad he's back. I loved when he won the Intercontinental Championship during the WrestleMania pre-show.
And lost it the next day to The Miz.
Moment. Lost it the next day, but for 24 hours, he was my champ.
I don't think it was the pre-show. I think it was the middle of the card.
Pre-show.
All right.
Really? I thought it was a pre-show. Anyway, not important. Anyway,
yeah, no.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters to me.
In order of importance, the next match on the card is Naomi versus Lana for the Women's Championship match. They're going to
Part of me thinking Lana's winning, man.
You think Rusev fixes it for her?
No, I just think that this is the swerve Vince wants to give us. When he's not going to swerve us in either of the Money in the Bank matches, so he's got to give us a big swerve.
See,
it's not this match.
But WWE kind of has this thing where they take these newer people, or in this case, Lana as a wrestler is relatively new, and out of the gate give them a title shot where they win. The same thing happened to Paige when she was first brought up to Raw.
Yeah, but Lana's supposed to be like a comedy thing, something you laugh at, like and not take seriously.
I think Lana's literally there to give adolescent men boners. I think that's what she's there to do. And until she proves that she can actually wrestle in, without wearing a dress and
Dude, that move though was sick.
It was sick, and I'm happy she learned a finishing move, but can she wrestle? And that's, I think, the question. And
we have seen her wrestle one time. I don't know if you remember. This was during the pre-show. She was with Brie Bella, and I think maybe Natalia was in there. It was like a tag team match. I think Eva Marie was in there somewhere. So this was a while back.
Shout out Eva Marie.
An absolute barn burner there.
But she went out, and even if it was for a little bit, she got a couple of good hits in, and it wasn't terrible. Like I think a lot of people are expecting it to be. So I think we're going to see something very, very different from Lana. I think it'll be a refreshing change from her just being eye candy. So I'm curious to see what Lana's going to do. But keeping with what what WWE's been doing with giving these people, title shots right out of the gate, I think Lana might just take it.
All right, I'm gonna go against the grain, guys. I'm taking Naomi. I don't think Lana wins this match. I know it's her debut as a singles competitor, but I think it would be ultimate disrespect to have Naomi, who's been doing a decent job as champion.
Yeah, I'm with Parker.
All right. I just don't think it makes sense to take the belt off of her for Lana.
I don't know. Well, my thing is, if they don't take the belt off of her, then a heel has to win the Money in the Bank.
That's easy, though. There's more heels than there are faces, I think.
Yeah, there is.
Well, hey, I got a big question for you. Is Charlotte, now that she's on SmackDown, is she a face or a heel?
She's a tweener.
She's a tweener. She's not really anything yet. She's friends with Becky, is what it comes down to. Because there's a bunch of women who don't like Becky, and they wanted Charlotte to be in their clique, and Charlotte's like, nah.
Nah, fam.
So, that brings us to that match, actually. Becky Lynch versus Charlotte versus Natalya versus Tamina versus Carmella. With James Ellsworth. I'm taking Carmella.
Yeah, so am I.
I was actually thinking about that. And it's funny because on Tuesday, the announcers were saying that if Carmella wins, maybe she'll dump James Ellsworth.
Well, clearly, it makes sense for James Ellsworth to get involved in the match, push a ladder down. Probably going to be Becky Lynch on the ladder.
Right.
She suplexes him. Carmella sneaks up a ladder.
Right, and I don't think, like, a lot of the history of Money in the Bank comes down to you're a hard worker and you deserve a chance. And we're going to give you a chance. That's why it's basically an automatic bid. For whatever reason, they didn't give Sandow a chance. But that's for, again, another day. But I think Becky Lynch is a multiple-time women's champion. Charlotte is a multiple-time women's champion. Natalya.
They don't need the briefcase.
Natalya is basically the Dolph Ziggler of this match, an old vet who's gonna do the job. Tamina exists.
It's just there.
I think Carmella's the easy choice here.
Yeah, it's Carmella or Charlotte, and just because Charlotte's Charlotte, but I think Carmella.
But if Becky Lynch wins the Money in the Bank title, then it's not a title. Is it a title?
It's a contract.
It's a contract.
Contract, yeah. So if Becky Lynch wins the contract, then that would have to break up her and Charlotte's alliance right now, and that could bring Charlotte back to being a heel against Becky Lynch now, and then she could align with Natalya, Tamina, Carmella.
If
so
that happens,
it could progress the story.
It could definitely progress. So who you're going to take? Charlotte?
No, I'm going to take Becky Lynch. I'm regretting this decision as I'm saying it, but I'm still going to do it.
All right. I mean, it's fine.
Yeah.
The next match is the Usos versus the New Day for the Tag Team Championship. Who you got?
I love the New Day. I love Big E. I'm rooting for Big E.
Yeah, I think this is where we get swerved and the Usos retain.
Usos are winning, man.
Yeah, but then again, it's like the New Day doesn't need the title.
But they're going after it immediately. I think both teams are pretty even footing, considering I think both of them are 2-time former tag team champions.
Yeah, they are. I just think New Day is so much more over than the Usos ever were, but
they are. The New Day is probably the most over tag team of all time. It's just the Usos are in such a good spot right now, holding those belts.
My issue is, if the Usos win, I just don't know where they go from there. Because I think American Alpha's coming back with a heel turn. and it's going to be Fandango and Tyler Breeze against them. It's just like, what do the New Day do, and what do the Usos do? So it makes sense to either have a schmozzy finish or have New Day win so they can keep fighting.
Right.
I don't know.
I mean, so who do you think's going to be fighting for the New Day? Big E and Kofi, or Big
It's
E
gotta be
and
Big
X?
E and Kofi.
Yeah.
I think that's what they always do in tag team championship matches.
Yeah, except when Big E's balls were hurt.
Yeah.
Well, on Tuesday they had, because it was the New Day and what was it, Breezango against the Usos and the Colognes, and in that match it was actually Kofi and Xavier Woods who were fighting.
Xavier
So I
did
feel
have
like
a new finisher, so maybe he does wrestle.
yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah, he's got that double stomp
The up, up, down, down.
The up, down, down. I love it. That's great.
That's
But-
actually what he named it.
Yeah,
Oh, that's great.
it's
I'm
off
so
the
happy
top
that
rope.
happened.
It's awesome. So I'm taking the Usos.
I take New Day.
I really don't know. I'm an internal struggle with this one.
There are some really good matchups in this pay-per-view. I'm excited to watch.
This should be a fantastic show.
I think the Usos cheat and win.
How are they going to cheat?
Don't put me on the spot with that.
Bonus points if you can get it right.
There's a secret third Uso who's just Hornswoggle.
Tamina.
It's Naomi. Because Naomi's married to one of them, isn't she?
Yeah,
Jimmy.
she's married to Jimmy.
Or Jay. She's married to Jay.
They're both the same people to me. I don't know.
I was thoroughly convinced. A little while ago, Naomi's whole outfit thing was her shoes, how they changed color, and for some reason, one of them would always change color in the ring. So they were supposed to be one specific color to match her outfit, but then it changed to a whole other color. I was thoroughly convinced that Jimmy and Jay were just behind the scenes, just playing with her shoes the entire time she was wrestling. I seriously want that to be true.
That'd be amazing. That's officially canon in my head.
I know, right?
All right, so the next match is the WWE Championship Money in the Bank ladder match. Kevin Owens versus AJ Styles versus Baron Corbin versus Sami Zayn versus Dolph Ziggler versus Shinsuke Nakamura. This is going to be an absolutely great match if they do it right.
A spot fest.
Should be a spot fest. I think AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. I don't know what Shinsuke could do off the top rope. He doesn't really do much of that. But you got four guys in this match who are absolute, ridiculous guys when given something to do. And a lot of people are saying Baron Corbin's going to win here because he's taken so many losses in a row.
I'm going Nakamura.
I have to agree with Parker, to be honest.
It's the ultimate push without giving him the belt.
Either Nakamura or Styles, because I could see AJ going up against Jinder Mahal if Jinder Mahal ends up retaining.
Nah, AJ don't need the briefcase, and neither does
I know he
KO.
doesn't need it, but I think it would be good for AJ, because since WrestleMania, he's kind of been, laying low.
I'm not gonna tell you who I'm taking yet. But Kevin Owens is currently the U.S. champ. So
He doesn't need it, so...
But it would not be the first time that a guy has held the U.S. championship belt and the World WWE Championship title at the same time. Would not be the first time.
And it's not the first time that Kevin Owens has held two championships. He held, I think it was the U.S. title and the NXT championship at one point, I believe.
Think so. Yes, I think he did. He beat Cena when he was NXT champ.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm taking Sami Zayn in this match.
There's no way, Ryan.
Taking
There's no way.
I'm 100% taking Sami Zayn. I think this is the
I'm
time.
done with SmackDown if he wins.
Huh?
Done with it. I'm done with SmackDown if he wins.
Why? I think it's time. I think they're gonna finally pull the trigger on Sami Zayn.
Why?
But think about it though. If either Jinder Mahal or Randy Orton has the title, do you think Sami Zayn's really gonna beat either one of them?
100%. I think Sami Zayn can beat Jinder.
Speaking of Sammy.
But they're also pushing India right now. If
Sami Zayn
versus
is the
all
most
India.
multicultural dude in the company.
Yes, but
Sami
India.
Zayn, y'all. Did you see the Easter egg in the Fashion Files where he was on their board and it said generic?
Yes,
it?
I did. I love that. It was the best stuff ever. The Fashion Files board, I think, changes every week, and it's always got some little secret, and it's adorable. But yeah, no, I think I have my doubters, but so does Sami Zayn, and that's why we're both the underdogs from the underground. I'm taking Sami in this match. He's beaten Baron Corbin 3 times in like a month. Kevin Owens doesn't need it. AJ can win the title whenever he wants. Dolph Ziggler's not getting it. I think it's too early for Shinsuke.
I would love Baron Corbin to win it. It's just hard to see Jinder retain and a heel win because like then it's heel versus heel.
Is Randy Orton I guess Randy Orton I think he's a tweener, but I guess he's the face.
He's technically fighting face.
Right. But Randy's not winning. We'll get to that. But yeah, I think the cards are right for Sami Zayn. I think it's time that they give him a title.
Sami Zayn seems like the kind of guy they let get in a briefcase and then let him lose.
It's not about who wins the championship. This prediction's about who wins the briefcase. So I'm picking Sami Zayn.
Don't let your dreams be dreams, honey.
All right, so I'm taking Sammy. Parker,
Yeah.
who'd you say?
I think I'm gonna go Corbin.
Oh, I thought you said Nakamura.
I did, but I thought about it. And I think I'm going Corbin.
All right, what about you, Haley?
I'm split between Nakamura and Styles.
Flip a coin.
I don't have any coins. Who has change on them anymore?
True.
Hobos.
Dorks.
See, do I go generic or do I go with like?
If you're going with Generico, you pick Zayn.
No. See what you did there. When I say generic, I mean like the universe is telling you to believe, the WWE universe telling you to believe that Nakamura, because he's got all this behind him and they've built him up so much.
And he
hasn't
grabbed the
fought
briefcase at the end of the
Yeah.
end of SmackDown.
Yeah, something like that.
See, I think
So-
doing that means he's not winning.
Yeah, usually that's what it means.
Alright, then I'm gonna go AJ Styles. I think he needs a story, and this would be a good story for him. So I'm gonna vote AJ Styles.
All right, we're up to our last match on the card. Jinder Mahal versus Randy Orton for the WWE Championship.
Jinder Mahal.
As much as I want the belt off of boring Jinder,
Do you want it back out of boring Randy?
Randy's not winning in his hometown.
No, it's his home. Everything says Randy's not winning this match. I mean, it could. All right, if
Randy
the cologne,
doesn't need it.
not the clones. If, well, Randy does technically need it. He's at 14, right?
He's
Yes.
got a lot. Yeah.
So one more, and I think he ties Cena at 15
No,
titles.
Cena's is 16.
Cena's at 16. All right, well, one
He's
more, and
supposed
he's
to
beat.
beat Ric Flair for 17.
They're not going to let him tie Cena.
Mm-mm.
I think they totally will.
No, they'll let Cena break the record, and then they'll maybe let him tie Ric Flair.
See, I'm thinking both of them finish WWE with 17 titles.
Nah. Cena's going to finish with like 19.
Mm-mm.
I don't know how long
I
Cena's
miss
left,
Chris
but
Jericho. Can I write in Chris Jericho to win?
you can, but that's not possible.
I want to write
But
it
you
in,
will
okay?
lose.
It's not the
People
general
if
election.
People can write in Harambe in the presidential election. I can write in Chris Jericho to win the WWE Championship. Okay.
All right, I'm taking Mahal. It's just you gotta. I'm done with Randy.
Maharaja.
What about
I'm
you?
gonna go with Jinder too, because they push in India. That's it. You can't beat India. India's coming for us all.
India #1.
Okay, I have a question. Who are the two dudes who come out with Jinder Mahal? Because the first time I saw them, I thought they were the Colognes, just in red.
No, those are the Singh brothers.
They're
They're
on 205 Live, but now they're just his lackeys.
they're just
Okay.
generic Indian tag team.
That just claps.
Yeah, they're.
Okay.
It's like if you put two hornswoggles on top of each other and then dyed them brown.
No, but they're wearing red.
Wrestler.
So
Yeah.
Just give him some nice red shirts.
All right, so this is the rundown of our picks. I picked Breezango. I picked the Hype Bros. I picked Naomi, Carmella, the Usos, Sami Zayn, and Jinder Mahal. Parker, you picked Breezango, the Hype Bros, Lana, Carmella, the Usos, Corbin, and Mahal. And Haley, you picked Breezango, the Hype Bros, Lana, Becky Lynch, the New Day, Styles, and Mahal. A lot of interesting picks, but the first two matches we all chose the same exact thing, and it's going to be an interesting fight, interesting night because there's a lot of unpredictability to it. Whereas the last pay-per-view, we all kind of picked just about the same thing. The only thing that was different was, I think, two matches between all of us.
Yeah, the Fatal 5-Way and the other match.
So
it's not forgettable.
Yeah, no. So I'm looking.
Well, they're every other weekend now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the next one is Great Balls of Fire.
Oh, I cannot wait for them to keep saying that. Fucking.
What's the next SmackDown pay-per-view after this? Have they decided?
Oh, I don't even know.
I have no idea.
I don't know. I wish they would bring No Way Out back.
Basically, you only need a couple of pay-per-views. In my opinion, you need WrestleMania as like your Super Bowl of wrestling. I like Money in the Bank. I like the Royal Rumble. I'm okay with Hell in a Cell.
I would like one of
Survivor Series is good, and see, even Extreme Rules. All right, Extreme Rules I'll type in, and then Elimination Chamber. So that's what 7.
She straight up left out the Smarks WrestleMania, man.
No, that was the first thing I said was WrestleMania.
No, the Smarks WrestleMania.
What the heck is Smarks WrestleMania?
SummerSlam.
No one needs SummerSlam.
SummerSlam's the best.
WWE.
All right, the next SmackDown pay-per-view is in Philly. It's Battleground.
Oh, okay.
And then
Damn,
Raw.
Already Battleground season?
They moved Battleground.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
When is SummerSlam? We're in the summer now.
August 20th.
That's the end of the summer. That should be Fall Slam.
Nope.
No.
That's the first day of fall is not until September 20th.
And September 24th is No Mercy.
No Mercy.
And that's Raw.
Oh, they switched it.
They switched it. There's a lot. I mean, August 6th, there's a rumored Raw pay-per-view that they haven't given a name yet in Quebec, Canada, Montreal. And I'm assuming that is when, if he comes back, Jericho comes back. They could totally move him to Raw. As a free agent, like John Cena.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to talk about that?
I think it's a good move. It's just a way to pick things.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, he's not going to win any belts, so it doesn't matter.
I mean, in order for him to win his 17 titles, he's going to need to go where the championship belt is.
They should do
he
it.
can win either title.
They should do a John Cena in your house. Which was, Haley, I don't know if you know, but they used to do, like, pay-per-view specific to a wrestler, and they were called, like The Rock in your house, and it would just be a pay-per-view devoted to that wrestler. With and they usually had some really good matches on them. But that's way before our time. That was, like, mid-Attitude Era. We were, like, little babies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any closing thoughts, anybody?
Pretty much good. I will say, thing about Monday Night Raw from this week that was even somewhat memorable was the opening promo with Samoa Joe and Brock Lesnar, and they had to get the entire Raw roster out to separate the two.
That was just the jobbers.
Yeah.
That was
And
ridiculous,
Seth Rollins, the Roman
but...
Reigns.
Oh, of course not, but it was quite a few people. So I thought that was just the most memorable thing from Raw.
It was, after that, the entire show was garbage. So...
Pretty much.
So, yeah, no,
every 5 minutes was commercial. Every 5 minutes.
It was terrible. It was truly, truly terrible.
It's not okay.
And
because that extra hour that they're trying to have is all commercials. It's all commercials. And I don't like commercials as is.
Yeah, it was like 45 minutes of pure commercials. It was terrible.
I would say an hour and 15 minutes of it total.
Oh, shit. All right, Parker, any final thoughts from you?
Just that I miss Rusev.
I miss Rusev, too. He's officially cleared to compete again.
Yeah, he's supposedly back on Tuesday, from what I hear.
Thank the Lord. I want him back, and I want him to be a champion rather quickly.
Man, I just really wish he would, swerve us to be in the Money in the Bank match. I know he's not going to win, but I just want him to be in it.
That would be amazing. And it would. I would mark out. I would freak out. It'd be amazing. All right, guys, that's it for this week's episode of the podcast. Thanks for watching. If you liked what you heard, please leave a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Unprotected Headshots. Follow us on Twitter at UPHS Podcast. If you want to support the show, please feel free to donate to our Patreon so that we can keep the show going. Any links will be provided below the episode. Have a good evening.